Okay, hello, welcome to your week 2 practice. I'm so excited to have Lindsay here sharing her practice with us for the next 30 minutes of vitality. So we'll go ahead and begin in integration. We'll come into child's pose. For child's pose, you'll bring your knees out to the width of your mat. You'll bring the tops of your feet down onto the earth and then just take up space here, right? Just let yourself land in the pose. And as you land, start to seal your lips. And draw your breath in and out through your nose. And you'll notice that there's a pause at the top of the breath. And there's also a pause at the very bottom too. Take a full breath in here, pull in and up from the belly. Send your heart forward a little bit more, so crawl your fingertips forward. And then take a big exhalation here, out. And in the pause now, take downward facing dog. Send your hips straight up to the sky as you press down through the index finger and thumb knuckles of your hands. And let your eyes come to set right away, especially in a shorter practice. You just want to get committed right away, just plugging in to presence, to your physical space, your physical body, to the space around you. Right here, take a full breath in, send your thighs up to the sky, pause, and then full exhalation here, all your air out. And now come up high onto your heels, and you'll lift your gaze towards the front of your mat and walk your feet up to your hands, and you'll take ragdoll pose at the top. So the feet will come out to about hip width distance, and then you can catch opposite elbow as you drop the weight of your head totally all the way down. So you can release here the shoulder blades. You can let them just release away from the ribs. And then bring your awareness, bring your attention to your feet here as your foundation. Press the four corners of each foot down and then feel the inner edges of your feet, the arches of your feet pull up towards your sit bones. Take a full breath in, now soften through your knees, send the heart forward just a little bit more so hips will come up higher, higher, and then let the weight of your head go down, drop down. And now drop your hands down into the mat. As you inhale here, rise up to the sky, reach up, fill out. Bring your hands together to your heart center, and let's begin this practice together with one Om. Breathe in. Release your arms alongside your body. Let your fingertips face forward, palms forward. And then just allow yourself to arrive here in this standing mountain pose. Feeling the feet rooted down, the muscles start to hug into the bones of the legs. The pit of the belly draws in as your low ribs pull in towards your mid-back. You'll feel here, it's kind of a lift through your chest, a lift through the crown of your head. And now let your shoulders just soften down your back. Good. And now open your eyes as you inhale. Reach up, take extended mountain, fill out. And now fold forward here, hinging at the hips. I like how Lindsay's just softening through the knees here. And now halfway lift, breathe in, create a long flat back. You can press your palms into your shins. And now step back to high push-up position. So your foundation is big and wide. Your fingers are spread out. All 10 toes are spread out really wide, just gripping the earth here with intention. And now take your eyes like forward in front of you, maybe like a foot and a half above the top of your mat. Set your eyes here, one steady focal point. And now start to turn on the sound of your breath here. Ujjayi in and Ujjayi breathing out. So take one more here, breath in, shift forward. So your crown of your head will pull forward. And then bend at your elbows, lower down to halfway, chaturanga. And now upward facing dog, lift through your heart, pull up. And a downward facing dog, go all the way back. So we'll move here through breath and downward facing dog. Right, just feeling your foundation, getting grounded through your feet, the big toe knuckles of the toe, big toes, and then the pinky toe knuckles rooted. And just starting to cultivate here this presence and an awareness of your energy. right? Take one more breath in. Now spin your inner thigh muscles up to the sky, tailbone high, and then deep breath out. Come up high onto your toes, look forward, bend your knees, step or jump to the top. Bring your feet together this time, and then inhale to halfway lift, pulling your heart forward, and a fold forward, exhale here, empty. Take mountain pose now, press down, rise up, pull up. You can look up, and then fold forward. Let the top of your head really root down towards the mat. Halfway lift, breathe in, create a long flat back, and then high to low push up. So she'll plant her hands and then she'll pull forward. Good. Upward facing dog here, pull her heart forward, and now downward facing dog, go back. And then just breathe. Downward facing dog is like home base in this practice. And as you cultivate your practice, you'll start to, feel more grounded in it, feel more solid in it. And then from that space, like more willing here to expand into your own vitality in the pose. Right? Take one more here, full breath in, take your tailbone up as your hands press down, and then empty here all the air out. Come up high onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward, step or jump your feet to the top, and then halfway lift, inhale, and now fold forward. And we'll bend the knees for chair pose now, thunderbolt, as you sweep the fingertips up to the sky. Let your eyes stay steady here. You know, and it's tempting here to want to get scattered maybe through the drishti, but just commit your eyes just to one focal point, just committed to staying present on the mat today. And now start to feel just a sense of like awakening through the space right behind your heart. Right, as your shoulder blades slide down your back, and then from that space, just feel it radiating from that space behind your heart, all the way up into your arms, all the way up into your fingertips. Now as you exhale, let your butt sink down really, really low as you can get it, and then fold forward, drop the weight of your head all the way, really nice. Inhale to halfway lift now, long flat back, and high push up to low push up. So take all that space that you created. Yeah, here, upward facing dog, press your feet down, spread out through your toes here. Yeah, and then downward facing dog. Try to keep all that space through the toes. We'll step the right foot up for warrior one, and we'll take the back foot flat. And as you arrive in warrior one, first thing is find your feet. Right, just press the four corners of each foot down. And then, just like Lindsay's doing, you can catch your hips in your hands and you can steer the right hip bone back and just get plugged in through the lower half of your body. You can take a peek down if you're not quite sure at your front knee. Make sure it's stacked right over your ankle and right out towards the right pinky toe. And so safe and supported, right, by really pulling in here, skin into muscle into bone. And then when you're ready now, add the arms. Take your fingertips up, take your upper arms back, look up, and then release. Look down, high push-up position. Your body will follow your drishti here. Chaturanga, and then upward facing dog, breathe in. And downward facing dog, go back. Left foot comes forward for warrior one. Inhale, rise up to the sky, fill up. And then let yourself land. Right? Feeling where you're at in space and time. You can either manually assist, you can take your hands to your hips and start to steer your left hip bone back, and then the inner right thigh starts to spin in towards the mat. So this requires a lot of flexibility on the outer ankle. You might have days when you feel tighter through the back of the foot. And in that case, you can always lift the right heel up. So know that you can always modify that pose. And coming into like a high lunge instead. And then your flexibility, your strength, it'll all grow over time. Take your fingertips now up high to the sky. And now big breath in, reach up, go back. And then release, take it down, look down, high push up to low push up, chaturanga. And now upward facing dog, thigh bones lift. And downward facing dog, heel all the way back. Breathing here in. Spread your shoulder blades away from each other, and then send your heart up. Take one more of your breath and now let it empty. And come up high onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward, step or jump to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale, and fold forward, now empty. And chair pose, now thunderbolt as you rise up, energy through your hands. Fold forward, exhale here. Inhale, halfway lift, vitality. High to low, push up, breathe out. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, please push your air out, and now step your right foot up when you're empty. And now ride the inhale, warrior one. Inhale, reach up. Chaturanga, take it down. High plank to low plank, pull forward. Now upward facing dog, thigh bones up. Downward facing dog, go back. Left foot, now warrior one. Root down through your feet, rise up through your belly, look up. And now take it down, high to low, push up. And now upward facing dog, send the crown of your head high as you press your hands down. Downward facing dog, go all the way back. So what I love here, there's always an opposing force in yoga, right? Here, your hands are pressing forward. Your feet are pressing back like you're ripping apart your mat, right? Take a full breath in now. And now full exhale, empty. Come up high onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward. You can step or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale halfway and fold forward. Chair pose, thunderbolt, rise up, fire through your hands. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift in and high to low push up, breathe out. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. We'll take warrior one, right side, inhale, rise up. Use your exhale to open warrior two. Open your hips towards the left side of your mat. Take your right arm forward and your left arm back. And now set your eyes right forward in front of you. Your eyes on the prize of now, of arriving fully on your physical expression, like fully awake in your vitality. Your energy here, just radiating. Like you can lift all 10 toes up here, energy radiating through them. You can lift the corners of your face up, energy radiating through it, yeah. And then let your shoulders just slide down your back. Start to shift your weight forward now. And on your next inhalation, reverse your warrior. Take your right arm up over your head here for 5. Steady breaths. 4. That's it. 3, let your shoulders slide down your back. 2, okay, one more breath, go up and go back. And now come back, warrior 2, and we'll take triangle pose. Straighten the right leg, pull your chest and your heart forward, your right arm forward, and then take your left arm up to the sky. And you can slide a block underneath your right hand. You can catch your shin bone. I like your heart here to be higher than the hips. So whatever you can do to create that in your body. Yeah, and now let your right, right glute just scoop up underneath you. And now press down, right, to rise up a little bit higher. Right, take a deep breath in here, fill up. Full exhalation out, and now come back, warrior 2. Set your eyes forward in front of you, bend through your right knee, take your right arm forward, and now release. Chaturanga, take your hands to the earth, high push up to low push up, and now upward facing dog, breathe in, and downward facing dog, send you all the way back. Your left foot will come forward now for warrior 1. Inhale, rise up, fill up. And now open to warrior 2. Open your hips. I really like how Lindsay's looking at her body and seeing where she is, and feeling the pose from the ground up, finding a foundation, her feet, and then the arches of the feet lifted up towards the sky, and landing. Right? Landing in a space where you can really start to access new energy. Like new possibility. I take a deep breath in here, A full exhale, now start to shift forward and then reverse your warrior. Take the left arm up. I like to bind the hand like Lindsay's doing, take it behind the back, like make it useful, right? Let it be a really essential part of the pose, like your expression through your hands, your entire full body expression here for 3. Just steady breath. 2. Okay, take one more breath in, go up and go back. And now come into warrior 2. Take your eyes forward in front of you. Bend through the left knee, warrior 2. And now triangle pose, straighten the left leg. Pull your chest and your heart forward. Keep going, crown your head forward. And then just let the left arm drop. And let it land where it lands. Maybe taking a block underneath. And what I would do here, Lindsay, is shorten the stance a little bit. I would start to bring your right foot in closer towards your left. And then find the outer edge of your foot, like the entire outer edge. Good. And now find the right big toe knuckle. Now soften through your left knee just a little bit. Now scoop your right butt cheek underneath you. And now you can even start to lift your left hand up. You don't even need it. Yeah, your side belly, I'm so strong. Beautiful. Finding your expression, that's what really matters to me. All right, take a deep breath in here, fill out. Full exhalation out, warrior 2. Bend through the left knee, take your eyes forward, and then take it to the mat. Windmill to the earth. High push up to low push up. Upward facing dog, breathe in. And now downward facing dog, go all the way back. Let's take a full cleansing breath in here. And now just a cleansing exhalation out. Really nice. Tuck your chin into your chest as you bring your feet together and roll your body. Undulate your spine into high push-up position. From high push-up position, we'll spin into side plank on the left-hand side. So take the outer edge of your left foot down into the mat. Take your right arm straight up high to the sky. So you're going to ground down through the outer edge of the left foot. And spin the inner ankle bones back. And then root your outer shin bones. Hug them into one another. All right, take another breath in here. Push away from the mat. Lift your hips up. And then release. Take it down. High push up to low push up. And now upward facing dog. Lift for your heart. And downward facing dog. Go all the way back. Step your right foot up for high crescent lunge. Sweep your fingertips up high to the sky. Breathe in, fill up, and land here now in your vitality. Take your your left heel straight up. The truth is, you can take your right heel up too. Try it on, see what it feels like, yeah. And then bring your right heel down, and then see if you can lift your right toes up off the mat, the ball of your right foot off the mat. Try that on. And then bring the right foot down, and now take your eyes up to your fingers and go up and go back. Here for 3, up and back. 2, pull up from the belly. Deep breath in, go up, go back, and then release. Take it to the mat. High push up. Pull your heart forward. No rushing here. Low. Upward facing dog. Breathe in. And a downward facing dog. Go all the way back. Let's take a breath in. Reset. Full exhalation out. Bring your feet together, tuck your chin, roll your body, high push-up position, spin to the right. Now side plank, so just come right on the outer edge of the foot. I love your feet are super glued together here. The outer edge of the left foot is pulling towards the front edge of your mat, right? So it's almost like you can feel earth underneath your feet as you squeeze your legs together. Right, take another breath in now, reach up, spread your fingertips up, and then release high to low push-up. Upward facing dog, lift your heart. And downward facing dog, peel all the way back. Step the left foot up for high crescent lunge. Take your right heel now straight up to the sky. And you hug in here from like the outer edges of you. I like to just find the feet, right? Just find the big toe knuckles rooted. And then from here, take the outer shins and feel them hugging into one another. And then your left hip bone is going to drive back. And you start to create space here as you really zip up through the pit of your belly. And now access a new energy. Lift up through your heart. And now take it up and back here. The sky is the limit for 3. Maybe even drop your head back 2. Right, one more breath. Go up and go back. Yeah. And then release. Hands to the earth. So nice. High push up to low push up. And then upward facing dog. Breathe in. And downward facing dog. Peel all the way back. Take a full breath in here, land in it, and then let it go. It's done. Come up high onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward, step or jump your feet together. Halfway lift, long flat back, fold forward, empty, and thunderbolt, chair pose. Rise up, bring your hands to meet your heart, press them together, twist to your right here, twisted chair. And now zip up, zip in and zip up from your heels, pressing down, your outer shins pulling in, the pit of your belly pulling in and out. 3 more breaths of your life. In, exhale, twist, rotate. Good, breathe in, exhale, twist. Like last one here, big inhale, fill up. Exhale, twist, release and fold forward. Take your feet out wide. And then come back to center. So heel your feet together to touch. Bend your knees into chair, thunderbolt, rise up. Bring your hands together to meet your heart. I want you to press them into one another. And now twist to the left. So as you twist, your upper arm bones wrap away from one another. And you can use this as a tool here to integrate your shoulder blades together. And now start to bring your right hip bone back, Lindsay, and then press your left knee forward. Good, 2 more breaths. In, exhale, twist, steady here. In, exhale, twist, go for it. And then release, fold forward. Take your feet out to hip width distance. Take a deep breath in here. And then let it go, breathe out. And so heel your feet together to touch. Inhale to halfway lift. And chaturanga, step or jump back here. High to low push up. Upward facing dog, lift through your heart. And downward facing dog, peel all the way back. I want you to walk your feet back here in this downward facing dog. I want you to feel the vitality of the pose. It's like a harnessing of energy through your hands and through your feet. Just a deep connection here. All right, take another breath in. And then let it go, let it empty. And you'll drop down to your knees for camel pose. If you have a block handy, you can slide a block in between your thighs, lengthwise. And then for this first one, let's go ahead and curl the back toes under, okay? Now take your hands behind you and catch your hips in your hands, and then draw your upper arm bones back so your elbows are drawing in towards each other. I want you to get rooted through the lower half of your body, so let your tailbone root down. And as you pull up from your belly, send your heart up, and then maybe you start to go back. So your hips stay forward. You notice Lindsay is not leaning back. The hips are driving forward, and we're working extension through the whole spine. So like there's a string, like pulling your heart up to the sky. All right, take one more here, inhalation. And then full exhalation. Bring your chin up towards your chest and then come into downward facing dog. If you have the block, keep the block. Keep squeezing it and then take downward facing dog. And you'll gain new access to vitality through your legs with that use of the block. Yes, so cool. If you're joining me from home and you don't have a block or a strap, come on in, get one. All right, we'll come back down. Camel number 2. Bring your knees down into the mat, and you can choose now. Maybe you take the tops of your feet flat, okay? Just see where you're at, and then catch your hips in your hands, and go for it, camel. And just notice your breath, okay? Just listen for your breath. And just ride that wave of breath. Your tailbone presses down. The low belly lifts in and up, so your low back is supported. Last one, inhale, lift your heart up a little higher, and now drop your chin into your chest, come all the way up. Take downward facing dog, send your hips up to the sky. And from downward facing dog here, deep breath in, and then clear it away. Lower down to your knees, lift your ankles, and roll back onto your seat. We're gonna land in bridge pose today. So as you transition here, just practice precision, keep your eyes set, and now come up bridge. Yeah, just lifting your hip bones straight up. You can feel your heels in your hands. Your feet are so plugged in close towards your body. The ankles here are just right underneath the knees. And this is all legs, right? So dial your feet down into the mat And then take the inner ankle bones back and the outer ankles rooted down. All right, one more inhalation. Please send your tailbone up a little bit higher. And then from the top of your spine, you can release your hands if you're bound underneath there and just let yourself come down really slow. Take a full breath in here and then let it go. Let it empty out. And now we'll take bridge or wheel. Yogi's choice. Lindsay is going to take a wheel here. So hands down alongside the ears and then pressing into the arms, right? Lifting everything up off the mat. You can find your foundation here. This becomes your hands, your feet, or your foundation here in wheel. I want you to bend your knees towards the top edge of your mat. Take another breath in. Send your heart up a little higher. Go for it. Breathe in. And then come on down. Release all the way down onto the mat. All the way down. And then just let yourself lay here now. Just right where you are. Take a full breath in now. And a full exhalation out. And bring your knees up and then rock your body back and then rock your body up into easy boat pose. So you'll keep your knees bent and you'll wrap your outer thighs with your hands here. So support. Yeah, you can even take your arms underneath your thighs and catch elbow to elbow or catch opposite forearm. And just get a sense here of your two sit bones pressing down. So there's a tendency here to want to shift back, shift the weight back. I want you to pull the very low abdominal muscles in and start to find a little tilt forward of your pelvis. You'll notice maybe an awakening to new vitality through the low belly. Take another breath in. Now send your heart forward. Draw your shoulder blades down your back. And then slowly here release. You can just bring your feet down. Let yourself hang out for a little bit. And then we'll come right back here into boat pose, Navasana. So bring the inner thighs together. Start to lift your shin bones up. Take your fingertips up to the sky now. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift your shin bones up a little higher. And now release. You're going to bend your knees, roll forward, plant your hands shoulder width distance apart, and then pick your body up. Lift yourself up. So we'll come back here, Lindsay. We'll wrap up, and then we'll press the hands down, and then we'll lift up. Everything coming up. There you go. That's it. And then come back, boat pose, okay? I'm going to come behind you. I'm going to support you here, okay? I told you it's coming. 3. There you go. 2. Right? Another breath in. Go up a little higher. And then release. Cross your legs, hands down, press your whole body up. Come back down, boat pose. Rise up, fingertips up. Awakening to your vitality. Awakening to your energy. Awakening to your life, right? Take a big breath in, go up a little bit higher. And then release, cross your legs, plant your hands, press down, rise up. There you go, come right back. Hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, go higher, go. And now release, cross your legs, plant your hands, pick up, come up again, boat pose, last one, make it count. Shin bones up to the sky. Yeah, feeling it, everything from your fingers, your heart pulling forward. Right, one more breath in here, make it count, reach up, and then release, roll forward, cross your legs, plant your hands, come up, and then slowly release, come all the way back down onto the mat. All right, we'll come down onto a seat. We'll take the leg bones out wide. We'll take your hands forward in front of you, and then let your palms start to walk out wide. And you'll just send your chest and your heart forward. Your eyes come forward in front of you. Here for sitting splits. Now you want to stay so active through your feet here. So flex your feet. Your kneecaps will lift up towards the sky. And then take your eye gaze like real far forward in front of you. And just let yourself stay. Find your breath here if you've lost it. All right, one more here, full breath in. And a full exhalation out. You can stay. I want you to start to crawl your hands out forward in front of you and start to bring your crown of your head forward and take bowing splits pose. Allow yourself to fold forward. And just bowing in here. You're just bowing into your journey. And your journey into self. Here in this 40 days, here in this practice, this pose, this breath. Take another deep breath in here. And then another long exhalation out. And you can just let yourself lie down onto your back, and we'll come into dead bug pose or happy baby pose. You'll bring your knees out wider than your rib cage. And then you can choose. You can take your arms out wider than your legs. You can catch your thighs. You can catch the outer shins. You want to grab a hold of something. Maybe the outer edges of your feet if your shoulder blades don't lift up off the mat here. And now integrate your whole spine onto the earth. Let your shoulder blades slide down your back. Let your mid-back press into the earth. And then from the very pit of your belly, press it down towards the mat. Even your sacrum is rooted to the earth here. Take one more big breath in. And then let it go, let it empty. And we'll take the left leg long, bring the right knee in towards the chest for a supine twist. Take a full inhalation. And then as you exhale, cross your body. Take your right leg all the way over your body. You can take your arm out wide. You can take your eyes over the opposite shoulder if that feels right for you. And just notice, take a moment here to notice in this short period of time, new vitality, just access to new vitality. See, it's already there. This is just awakening to it. Right, come back to center and then we'll change sides. I like to bring the knees in towards the chest here and just neutralize the whole spine. You've got the earth underneath you, so nice. And then take the right leg out long. Bring the left leg in towards your chest, knee in. And now as you breathe out, just go ahead and cross your body all the way. Eyes can come over the opposite shoulder. And really the key here is just to let yourself just go. Let the back of your neck go. And let your shoulders just slide down your back. And just a sense of newness, a sense of freshness here. Okay, slowly come back to center. And then we'll bring the knees in towards the chest. So last here, a little final squeeze and hug in. And then let yourself release into Shavasana, final resting pose. Take your leg bones out wider than your mat. And then let your toes splay out. And your upper arm bones will wrap back. So your shoulders will want to slide in towards your spine and then scoop down towards your pelvis. If you don't feel comfortable lying flat, you can roll over to your side. You can try to bend through your knees and bring your knees together. Modify as you need to come into deep rest. Nowhere to go and nothing to do. And just feel the energy as it moves through your body. Your practice today is about revealing the vitality, the energy that exists within you already. Just begin to move your fingers and your toes. These are just subtle movements. And then gradually start to increase these movements. Noticing how you feel in each area of your body. And then eventually you'll lift your knees up in towards your chest. You'll give yourself here a big squeeze and a big hug in. And then rock over to your right hand side, coming into fetal-like expression. And now lift yourself up gently to an easy seat. And we'll seal this practice here together, hands at our hearts. We'll close this practice here. I almost said I'll close this gift here. This is a gift. Thank you for being here if you've made it thus far. We'll close it with an Om. Together, take a breath in for Om, fill up. Bring your thumb knuckles up to your forehead center. Take a full breath in here, fill up. And together we bow to each other. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much, Lindsay, for sharing your practice with us today. Good job, you guys. Good job. Week 2, vitality, light it up. Thank you so much.